My child, remember you must die because it is appointed for all men to die. Do whatever you will, you cannot escape the grasp of death. The Almighty himself has fixed the bonds beyond which none can pass. When you have reached them, no matter what may be your condition, you shall die the death. While life endures, there is nothing more certain than death, yet there is nothing more hidden in uncertainty than the time of death and its attendant surroundings. You do not know when you shall die, yet hold this for certain, that you will die when you think it not. Whether you shall see the end of this year or even this day, of that you are wholly ignorant. Many, counting on a long life and regardless of making preparation for death, dreams of much to be done in the future, when suddenly death puts an end to all their plans and drags them away into eternity. Whether you shall die at home or abroad of sickness or violence, whether strengthened with the sacraments or deprived of their soothing comforts, all this lies hidden in the mysterious unknown. However, my child, you shall die only once. If once you die well, your everlasting is secured. If once you die ill, your destruction is endless and irreparable. O inconceivable stupidity of the heart of man! Very many do not fear living in a state of damnation, and yet it is certain that they shall die unexpectedly. The unchangeable declaration remains firm. The Son of Man will come when he is not expected, for a reason worthy of God's wisdom. The time of his coming remains hidden, that men may keep themselves in the state of grace, ever ready, but as many disregard this, it happens that not a few die without being prepared, and in a twinkling are buried in hell. Woe therefore to them whom death shall overtake in a bad state. When they are dead, hope shall be no more, because from death in time they fall into death of eternity, and from finite evils they pass over to those which are infinite. Most wretched is the death of sinners, frightful is the death of the lukewarm, but precious and filled with consolation is the death of them that have sanctified themselves. Blessed are they who end a saintly life with a holy death. They reach the end of their labours, their afflictions, their trials, and all dangers, and they enter into a bliss secure and complete. How differently are different persons impressed at the moment of death. Some are terror-stricken at the thought of the past, of the present, and of the future. Others are filled with a comfort. These fill their heart dilating. Those feel them compressed with anguish, but all wish they had lived piously. To be well prepared to die is the greatest consolation of him that sees the near approach of death. To how great a danger of dying unprepared is he exposed, who thinks of making ready only when death is at the door. Then either time is wanting, or the pangs of sickness hinder the use of the soul's powers, or passions still have their wonted sway, whilst the habit of neglecting to correspond to grace still prevails, and meanwhile the devil's assaults are greater than ever before. Look forward then, my child, before the night overtakes you, when no one can securely work, but when everyone begins to gather what he has sown. A good life is the best preparation for death. It is generally true that he that lives well dies well. Daily before taking your nightly rest, put your soul in order, as if that same night you have to set out for eternity. Death is a good counsellor, my child. Therefore, before you undertake or leave anything of importance, ask advice of death, that you may know, when it calls you, what you would have liked to have done, what you would regret to have left undone. By perfect purity of heart, you can make your death most safe and consoling. Take no counsel of the flesh, when there is a question of securing a happy death, but even in spite of its murmurings, pursue what is good, that in the end you may save both the body and the soul. After death your body shall become the food for worms, and whatever remains of it will be the prey of corruption, yet thereafter it shall arise again, whether you are willing or not to share the everlasting destiny of the soul. Let death be most familiar to you, my child. If you are faithful in asking its advice, and in following it, it will be your solace in adversity. It will keep you in due bounds in prosperity. It will be useful to you in all things. It will not cease to do you good, and in the end it will free you from this place of exile, and introduce you into your blissful country in heaven. My child, so soon as you have gone into eternity, you shall find yourself before my judgment seat, to give an account of your life, and to hear the decision of your lot forever. I myself, the searcher and the knower of hearts, to whom all power is given in heaven and on earth, will preside over this judgment. All and everyone, whether they be willing or not, must make their appearance before me, the judge of the living and the dead, to receive the final sentence. It is not possible to appeal to another tribunal. What is just, I will judge. Neither by gifts nor by promises will I be conciliated, nor shall the prayers of anyone change my heart, neither will I be moved by repentance. That day shall be a day of justice, not of mercy. Then shall each one receive according to his works. What shall your feelings be then, my child, when you shall stand alone before the infinite majesty, with nothing except your works alone, whether they be good or evil? Then will the devil arise in judgment against you, and accuse you, ready to drag you to hell. Your guardian angel will stand up against you, to bear witness to the truth of what is brought against you. Even your own conscience will accuse you, and overwhelm you with alarm, dread, and terror. Thus accused, with none to take your defence, you shall wither away for fear, nor shall you dare to open your mouth. For all things, whether they be known or unknown, are in my sight. Nothing is hidden from my eyes. Yet searching I will search the heart, from the first dawn of its reason, even to the last breath of its life. From it I will draw forth every evil, be it public or private, whether its own works or that of another, whether great or small. Whatever you have committed by thought and word and deed and omission, and not only of things evil, but also of those that are vain or idle or useless, will I exact an account. Even more justice itself will I judge. I will weigh in the scales of the sanctuary even your good deeds, and see what was wanting in them, either in the motive, in the manner of doing, or in the end intended, scrutinizing whether all was supernatural and perfect. Then many things which during life shall be found void and evil, then the showery resemblance of the lukewarm shall be seen as they are, and shall be cast aside as dry stubble, fit only to be burned. And searching still further, I will seek out the fruits of all the favours which I bestow, of all the graces, of all the means of salvation and perfection. Yes, I will summon time itself against you, and I will thoroughly investigate in what manner you did use it. What shall you do then, O sinner, when even the just shall hardly be secure? Above you you shall descry a heaven uncertain, below the yawning abyss. At your right angels as witnesses, at your left demons enraged, before you the supreme arbiter of life and death. Ah, my child, now act with care that you may find that safety. Now it is easy, then it will be impossible. Follow now the invitings of my mercy, that you may not then feel the severity of my justice. Now withdraw yourself completely from a depraved world, that then with the reprobate worldlings you may not be forced to hear, depart ye accursed into everlasting fire. Now, untrampled by nothing of the earth, follow the saints, that with them you may be worthy to hear, come ye blessed of my Father, possess the kingdom prepared for you from the fountain of the world.